Hey guys, it's Dr. H here. I wanted to do a quick tutorial and help you all find where you can locate and receive credible peer-reviewed journal articles. These will help you with your 2 additional outside resources that you have to do, as well as it will help you in the future know where to go to find credible sources. So Wikipedia is not a credible source. Some blogs are and some blogs are not. A credible source can come from .org, .edu, and or they are peer-reviewed journal articles, which are written by scholars in the field, such as myself, and we do research on various topics, and we get published in a variety of different in databases. So that said, I'm getting a lot of questions as to where and how you find credible sources. So here is my dashboard, and you want to log into the class just like I am here. Then on the left-hand side, right here, you see Writing Center and Library. That is where you want to click into. And you see the Writing Center and you see Library. What you want to do is click on Library and open up Ashford's Library. So here you see all kinds of things, right? Journal articles, ebooks, films and video, newspapers, all of those are resources. So if they help you, feel free to pull a film or a video. Feel free to pull a newspaper. Feel free to pull a journal article. And there's so much more. However, because this is quick, I just wanted to get to the nitty-gritty of it. So what I'd like you all to do is go to Journal Articles and click on Journal Articles. It'll then bring you to a page where this is databases by the type, databases by the subject, or databases A through Z. Typically, I would tell you all to choose certain ones. So the ones that I would say would help you the most are the first one, it's called EBSCOhost. Second one is ProQuest. The third is Sage Journals Online. Another one would be ERIC. And then the last and final one would be PsycArticles and PsycInfo. Those are the places that you will be able to find credible journal articles to help you back up what you were trying to say in the letter of advice. So let's just go into EBSCOhost. So you would click on that, and it brings you to the EBSCOhost website. Now, EBSCOhost has a variety of all different sorts of fields and disciplines, meaning people from all over various disciplines. So for instance, psychology, education, science, all of that you can find in EBSCOhost. So say for instance, you wanted to find some more information about culture and communication. So you would write in culture and see how things come up. So you can look at culture, culture differences, culture shock, culture influence, culture diversity, culture change, etc. So these are typically what people are always kind of searching for when they do a drop down. So I would say, for instance, you are giving advice to a couple and maybe they're from 2 totally different cultures. For instance, an example for me is my ex-husband was African American and he was from the South. And I am Caucasian and I am from the West Coast. I'm from sunny Southern California. So, and he was from Alabama. So we definitely had culture differences, as well as I had a culture shock when, 1, I moved to Kentucky, and 2, I had a culture shock because my ex-husband he grew up differently and his family lived differently than I did. So let's just talk about, let's do culture shock and interpersonal. Let me type this correctly. And see, interpersonal communication. You would then hit on the search menu. And you can see that there's only 1 of 5 that have done anything. So I would say that these are not very good sources because that's not what we're looking for, right? So you can go back up. You can just do culture shock and communication, maybe strategies, because you want to be able to understand one another, right? So here we have 6. So we have culture shock and communication and international student exchange, external stakeholders, instruction of intercultural, teaching psychology. So again, you'll see that these aren't really super helpful. So it also really depends on, y'all, the keywords that you're using. So if, per se, you didn't want to talk about just in general, you just wanted to talk about culture shock. So let's just search up culture shock. And you can see that just culture shock alone, there's been 6,149 articles in EBSCOhost that is, we'll just per se, that they're in EBSCOhost. There could be thousands of others. So that's why I say when you want to come here, you really want to choose something that would be more specific or help you. So maybe let's just do culture shock and romantic relationships. And that's the first that popped up. And we'll search again. So no results were found. That doesn't mean they don't exist. It could just be that they're also in a different database. So again, you could go back and go all the way back out of EBSCOhost. Let's just go close out EBSCOhost, go back to here, and we'll do ProQuest. Now, just because we are here, and it's the same type of thing, you always want to make sure, though, that it's peer-reviewed, you guys. You always, always, always want to make sure that it's peer-reviewed. So, just for fun, let's type in reflex sympathetic dystrophy. And let's see what comes up. So, as you can see, there's 20 items just in this. And you just keep scrolling. And the reason why I'm scrolling and showing you all is to basically say, you know, don't just look at the headings. Don't just look at, you know, maybe anything else. So I want you to make sure that you use specific key terms. So again, you can even modify the search. And you can make it more advanced. So say you want to talk about, or you're looking up long distance relationships. Because as we know, long distance relationship is a barrier, right? And, oh, misspelled it. I'm human. And we'll just say communication. So we'll hit search. Or what we can do is also select types. Do we want blogs, podcasts, books, conferences, dissertations, magazines, newspapers? Do you need an account tax standard? If you speak a different language and it's easier that you are looking for a different language, feel free to look at the different languages. Typically, you don't want research that is over 5 years. So it is 2018, and that is one of my nieces. And I get a calendar every year. So that is my niece. And it's 2018. So if you go back 5 years, what would that make it? So you only really want to pull research that's recent. However, I will accept 10 years or less. So what I mean by that is when you pull research, and if something is over 10 years, see if you can find something that's been done, the same exact one. See if it's been done if it's been redone, or if there's any other studies that are closer to 2018. If you can't, it's not a big deal, but typically just wanting to let you guys know, future academia and classes, they will get pretty stringent on and strict on the dates that you use. So, but for purposes of the tutorial, we're just going to hit search. And now you have extended communication efforts involved with college. You've got shared everyday decisions and constructive communication, positive factors in long-distance romantic relationships. That might seem like a good one. So you want to always choose the full text and the PDF. And here is your journal article. Now, do not just decide to choose the information from the abstract. The abstract does not fully give you the information that you're looking for. You need to read this paper. On the side, you can see others that are related to this paper, as well as you can download the PDF and save it and print it out. And what's really neat is that if you cite it, you get to choose how you want to cite. So you can change it, right? But we're in APA 6th Psychological Association edition. So this is your reference. This is not, I repeat, this is not your in-text citation. So this goes in, if you were to use this, this goes into your reference page, and your reference page is done in alphabetical order. So on top of that, you need to then make this, when you copy and paste it, you need to make it double spaced. You do also see how it's already indented for you. You need to keep the indents just like that. So it has done it for you. Even if you don't do the double spacing on your final paper, but you have this, I will accept this as a reference. So please try to do proper references. So, but not all places and databases will give you a cite ability. So that's why I've given you an announcement in our class about tips and tricks for APA. Number 1, you always have questions. You can always come to me. Always go to the Writing Center. You can also go to Purdue OWL, and that can help you with both in-text citations as well as references. You can go to Son of Citation Machine, And that will actually help you with the both the in-text citations and the references, as well as I highly recommend buying and getting an APA manual because they are incredibly helpful. And anyways, that said, I've gotten off track, but I hope that helps you. So let's go back. So as you can see, there are a ton to talk about that have something to do with long distance relationships and communication. But that does not mean that it is going to say what you are trying to convey. So at the end of the day, I want to go all the way back. So I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to get out of this. And I'm going to go back into our class. So if this is our home page, you've logged into class. You want to go to the left-hand side and go Writing Center and Library. Then you want to click Library and open up the library website. From there, you want to go to a journal article and you want to choose EBSCOhost, ProQuest, Sage Journal Online, ERIC, and Psych Articles and PsycInfo. Those would be your best options. If you need any type of help from the library has online chat 24/7. They have a text chat at any time 24/7. And if you click, if you need to actually talk to somebody, you can call them at this number on Monday from 1 to 5, to Thursday 1 to 5. So if you have a question on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I suggest that you online chat and they would still be able to help you. So in all, I hope this finds you all doing well and finishing up on your week 5 assignment and or helping you try to find actual credible sources. So again, if you have a question and you aren't sure if it's a credible source, shoot me an email, send it to me and let me look at it. And I'll let you know if it's a credible source or not. So on that note, I will let you all go, but I hope that this video and tutorial helped you. And let me know if you have any questions. So I hope you all have a wonderful day and enjoy writing the letter of advice. It is your last and final paper. Good luck, and I look forward to reading them.